702. Then I guess you got it like that. Dick in the thighs and that ass so fat. They hate it when you get attention. When you walk by, they don't say nothing. They jealous. They be jealous. Them hoes, they so jealous. They be jealous. Turn heads when she walk in. Superstar paparazzi start flocking. As the beat starts knocking, shorty hit the dance floor, ass start dropping. She's truly independent. She's grinding and she's winning. The other girls pretending, not stopping till she finished. She ain't got no man unless you got them bands. No chance. Why these hoes be hating? The drama they're creating, but it ain't even phasing you, cause you're amazing. You got it like that. Dick in the thighs and that ass so fat. So fat. When you get attention, when you walk by, they don't say nothing. They're jealous, yeah. They be jealous. Them hoes so jealous. They be jealous. She like the room when she enters, everyone's attention, she is the center. Fellas double take when they see her, watch her transform as the beat hits the speaker. Shawty ain't no average chick, unless you coming with those bands, no she's not having it. No, dancing with her friends. She ain't got no man, unless you got them bands, no. Why these hoes be hating? The drama they're creating, but it ain't even phasing you, cause you're amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that ass so fat, so fat. When you get attention, when you walk by, they don't say nothing. You're jealous. They be jealous. These hoes so jealous.
I know you see them hoes barking over there, cause everybody in the club stop and stare. Them thick thighs and the ass Ric Flair. Please remind them as you walking over here, just pop it and lock it, then drop it, don't stop it. You the hot topic, they know you got options. They jealous as toxic, they harmless, no caution. Just do it, go do it, do it. Clap for me, mommy, clap, clap for me, mommy. Make it boom back for me, mommy. Frame on time, hourglass type of body with an apple bottom. She don't need jeans for it only. Shake what your mama gave you. Shake, shake, take it all, money make good. Take, look at they faces, the wrinkles, they stressing, rebellious. No, they jealous.
Why they so
hoes.
mad though? Got it like that. Yeah, yeah. When you get attention. When you walk by, they don't say nothing. These hoes is so jealous. They be jealous. Them hoes so jealous. They be jealous. These hoes so jealous.
Check. We good? Check. I'm good. How's it on your end? You guys, you want Paris and Steph to check? How's it sound on your mic, guys? Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is your brother Malik Truth coming to you live from BU Network. It is another night, y'all. It is another night. And I thank y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but you decided to hang out with your brother just for a little while. I got a entertaining, fun-packed show for y'all tonight. I got some folks here, y'all. Man, many of y'all know them. And if you don't, you're going to know them tonight for real, for real. But y'all always know I give thanks to the Creator before starting anything. I thank him for my life, health, and strength. I want to thank natrail.com for giving us this platform and working so hard and diligently to maintain this and continue to expand. I thank Alex. Thank you so much, sir, for being a wonderful engineer that you are, making sure that things sound right, making sure that everything is visual, and making sure that everything is sanitized the way it should be. And I also thank all of my BU Network family for doing the things that you do and always maintaining your unit and mindset of solidarity, making sure that we all look out for one another, because you all know what Malik says, we all we got. So we got to start acting like that. Tonight, I have two individuals that are performing and recording artists, and one is the CEO of his own record company. So we are going to get into a topic that is going to be, y'all always know that Malik Truth brings the topics. Tonight's topic is going to be the power of our music. Not just the power of music, but the power of our music. Our music is so influential, y'all. Our music has the power to change lives, to alter thought processes, to bring people into states of nostalgia and memories that are not only sad but also joyful. And our music is so powerful that people are willing to steal it and make it their own. We're going to talk about a lot of that tonight. I want to bring on my guests, though. We're going to bring them on at the same time, Alex. And we're going to have them introduce themselves. All right, Alex. All right, let's start with Steph Payne. Go ahead, Steph Payne, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Steph Payne, artist, songwriter, performance artist, actress, and yes, public speaker if I need to be. So what up, what up, what up?
All right, so Steph,
Yes, sir.
you are a recording artist, and how long have you been recording?
Actually recording seriously, it's probably been since about 2014.
2014, okay. Now, what did you do before you became a performing and recording artist?
Oh gosh, what haven't I done? I'm
Talk
like,
about it.
oh my goodness. Well, I'm an Army veteran. My first job ever was working at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
No way.
UCLA football
No
games.
way.
Yes, but I've been in the banking industry. I've been in the military. I've been a minister, a pastor,
What?
an artist. I've been a salesperson. I've been a security guard.
Right.
Should I go on?
No, keep it going, because you know what? That's the reality of the creatives.
Right.
Creatives have done it all.
Yes.
We've worked in retail. We've worked in sales, direct sales, demonstration sales, fast food.
Yes.
We've done it all, and a lot of us have done it because we were apprehensive about really stepping out on the talent that we knew we had.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And talk to the people about that courage that you got that said, Steph, stop playing.
It took me a long time. It took me until my mid-30s to finally say, you know what, I'm going to pursue my dream.
Right.
And do what I know God put me here to do.
Right.
But I don't regret doing anything else that I've done. It's built up skills in me. It's helped me learn people, personalities, business. I am a businesswoman as well with Steph
Yes.
Payne LLC. I run everything through my business.
Come on now.
You know, I've learned some things doing all of those different professions. And so really, I had to step out from doing ministry into going into R&B. You know, normally
Wow.
it's the other way around.
They
So
go in the R&B, and then they catch the Holy Ghost and go back into
right.
the gospel.
Right.
Right.
See, but I did gospel first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I don't do it anymore.
Right.
It's just that I grew up on this music. I love this music.
Right.
These artists influence me.
Right.
I'm a 90s girl, and this is really in my heart to do this.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking. And you know what? When you said 90s girl, that reminded me of that song back. Well, who sang that song back in the day?
Which one?
I'm a 90s girl. I'm a 90s girl.
Who was that? Paris?
I don't have a clue.
Oh, man, that was the jam, though, back in the day.
It
We're going
was,
back
I
to the
know.
90s, though.
Yes.
But, yeah, see, y'all hear that, folks out there? There are times in our lives where we know that we do have a special superpower. And a lot of us are so, how can I say, tied into the norm that we become afraid to move in the gifts that God has already given us. But check it. If God gave it to you, He's going to be there to see it through, to make sure that it happens. You just got to learn and have the courage to take the first step, right?
That's right. And stop thinking about what people are saying.
Ooh.
That's the main thing that held me back so many years, was what are people going to think and what are they going to say? But honey, this is
Come on.
40.
Come on.
And at this age,
Come on.
I am unbothered.
Come on. Unbothered.
Because I know I'm where
Unfeathered.
God has me to be.
Come
you
on,
know?
somebody. Come on, somebody. Y'all, that was our sister, Steph Payne, and we're going to hear more from her. But we also have our brother with us, Paris Smith, and this brother is doing some exciting things. This brother is a recording artist, a performing artist, and now embarking on the journey of his other superpower that he found out, that he is a CEO.
Yes, sir.
Paris,
What's
tell
up,
him
brother?
about you, brother.
Well, again, my name is Paris Smith. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, vocal arranger, all of that good stuff. I work with some of the best well-known R&B artists of the 90s. I was
Go ahead
blessed
now.
to meet them and bump arms with them, and learned a lot from different ones.
Right.
Different ways to get a good hit record out of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I love this music, and I've grown. I feel like I've grown from a business standpoint. So now it's just about me taking what I've learned on the creative side and spilling it into the business so that I could, in the future, help some other artists, get their dreams and stuff off the ground.
That's definitely something that you have a knack for doing, too.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
definitely somebody that can take an artist to the next level.
Yeah, I've been asked multiple times, you should manage this person. I don't like the responsibility of being hands-on responsible for nobody.
Right.
But if you have your own manager, you have drive, you have talent. I like to be behind the board. I like to be with a pen and paper, writing and vocal arranging to bring the creativity to life,
Right.
and help you take it from concept to incept and get it popping.
And that's what's important, because a lot of folks don't understand that when we, as creatives, everything happens in our mind first.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the mind, that has to be transferred into something. And in the music business,
Mm-hmm.
it is something that is birthed.
That's right.
It is something that is birthed into place, because folks don't understand that writing a song, it takes a lot of emotionality
Mm-hmm.
to write a song.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
You have to, well, just from my standpoint, I feed off of what people say to me, the things that happen around me, the things that I feel like will be relatable for other people.
Right.
Like, for instance, me and Steph, when we was working on her first song, Already Over You, we sat there and was just chopping it up about each other's, dealings with different relationships and stuff. And this song just popped like that. I mean,
Already Over
we wrote it so fast and recorded it even faster. It flowed out of us. It was beautiful.
Because it sounds to me that something like Already Over You, if it isn't something that was a reality at that moment in time, if we rewind the clock, that at some point in time, she was over it with somebody.
So was I.
There you go, along the way. And you guys had the ability, and a lot of y'all folks already know that I'm an author, and my book is called The Design, Date, and Purpose, and I talk a lot about relationships. And in that book, I talk a lot about the discovery process, just learning how to discover someone. And music is the same way. You have to learn how to discover your artist in order to give them the proper product to deliver. What's your take on that?
Could you put it in another question?
Okay. When an individual has an artist,
Mm-hmm.
okay, a lot of times today they're not discovering them. They're giving them a song and they're putting them out there.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Back in the day, remember, people were getting developed.
yeah, there's no artist development no more.
Right.
So nowadays, if you don't have it, it's harder for you to get in with the major labels.
Right.
If you don't have something popping already, showing that you have cultivated what you have already to make it, appealing to the marketplace. And the
Exactly.
marketplace don't want you unless it seems like they don't want you unless they feel like somebody already wants you.
Exactly. And do either of you feel, or both of you feel, that today's sound is derivative?
Sometimes, but I won't point no fingers. But
You don't have to. But we can hear it.
yeah.
We can hear it in the flow. We can hear it in the beats.
Mm-hmm.
We can hear it in the delivery. We can see it in the mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything, because if we go back to, let's say, hip hop, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious Five.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when we go back to songs like White Line,
Mm-hmm.
where it was discussing how we should stay away from drugs,
Right.
Now we have songs that's pushing us
Glorifying
towards
it.
drugs.
Yes.
Glorifying it. Because go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Glorifying all sorts of, let me just say, ungodly things.
Come on, see, it's coming back out.
It never leaves. It
Hallelujah.
never leaves. And I'm not as much of a conservative Christian as a lot of people are.
Right.
I'm more of a free-flowing Christian.
Yes.
And I'm spiritual versus
Come on,
religious.
somebody.
Okay,
Come on,
but
somebody.
I cannot deny the fact that in the music now it's glorifying, especially for the black culture.
Uh-oh.
It's glorifying everything wrong.
Yes.
And just doing everything that it can, this machine, to keep us from being a healthy family,
Yes.
from coming together,
Yes.
from restoring our images
Yes.
and our dignity and respect.
Absolutely.
So we want to bring the musicality
Come on.
and the good messages,
Yes.
the love music,
Yes. Come on.
back to music.
The love, and y'all, we ain't just talking about the bed kind of love. We talking about relationship love. We talking about family love. We talking about when I'm sitting next to our
Grandma.
sister Steph, I'm calling her my sister. When we're sitting next to my brother Paris, I'm calling him my brother because that's what I feel and that's what I want. You see what I'm saying? Because we should desire that brotherhood and that sisterhood.
That's right.
And our music should speak that.
That's right.
Music has such a huge influence.
Yes.
It can brainwash you if you allow it to.
Mhm.
Music
Yes,
is
ma'am.
one of the strongest vehicles for propaganda,
Ooh.
for getting your message across,
Yes.
for changing things in society.
Mhm.
Music can bring people together or it can divide us.
Yes.
Yep.
So what we're putting forth in the music to people
Yes.
is what we're going to see in society. So I
Yes,
think
Lord.
in our music, R&B music was about love in the 90s. It was a lot of babies made off of that music and
Mhm.
families that
Let
stayed
me
together.
hold you tight.
Yes, you
Mm.
sound like Luther. So yeah, it's
Man.
just about bringing love back into music. It
It
just seems
is.
like our culture is further being destroyed.
And what do they say, Paris, in marketing? One of the biggest, I guess, lessons in marketing is they say supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're supplying what the public is supposedly demanding, what does that say about the consumer?
They don't. I mean, the thing is, I feel like the consumers only buy what's available. It'll take it from where it was before. The bar was raised high, but when you take the high bar away and it's just this becomes the highest bar.
That becomes the barometer.
You know what I mean?
That becomes the standard.
And
yes.
to add on to what she was saying earlier,
Mhm.
I had a chance years ago to meet the great Dick Gregory. And he was telling us, he said, when you listen to certain things, the content that you intake, you'll catch yourself during the day if you're watching scary movies, if you're watching crazy stuff, killing and this stuff, you'll find yourself mad and wondering why. Because your body is like a sponge, your soul is like a sponge. When you take in the negativity,
I like that.
it's going to come back out. It's
I
the
like
same
that.
thing with the music that we're taking in.
Yes.
It's breeding the different mindset of
Come on,
love.
son. You preaching now.
So there it is.
You preaching now, and I like
Amen.
that.
Amen.
Come
to
on.
God.
Amen. Turn to your
thought that
neighbor.
worked.
I need my love offering.
Turn to
envelope.
your neighbor. Okay, hold on for
I
a
thought
second.
that worked
Y'all
with
got the
that,
swiping
you know?
machine.
We got the square up in
Y'all
here
got
for
the
love
square up in here for everybody who don't have cash.
Yeah, I didn't totally
Hallelujah.
understand that when he first told me, but what's going on now, I
Yes.
totally make the connection.
You can.
How you take it in, it's gonna come out one way or the other.
Hey, look, we learned that. We learned that on Schoolhouse Rock on Saturdays when we was 10 years old watching Scooby Doo
Right.
and Captain Caveman. You know what I'm saying? We learned that we are what we eat,
Yes.
and not just physically, but mentally.
Yes.
So if we are taking in the music, and that's why I named the show Power of Music. Because music, as Steph said, has the power to change a life for the better or alter it for the worse.
Yes.
Because if we got somebody out there, and I ain't gonna name no names, saying I got my promethazine and alcohol, okay, well, you could keep that to yourself. You don't have to put it on a record. Because now, if Run DMC said my Adidas and we wanted it,
Right.
It's
what is
same
the
thing.
power of the suggestion of I got my promethazine and alcohol?
You holler loud enough, somebody gonna like what you're talking about.
Somebody gonna like what you're
Especially if
talking
you put
about.
a nice beat with it.
Thank you. And here's what I love about the beats. the beats are so infectious and so beastly that it calls towards that inside you, and you forget all about the lyrics that are being
saying. They don't
Come
even
on,
care.
somebody.
Like, do you know what you're dancing to?
And they know the right hertz to put it at. They know the
Yes.
levels to put it at
Yes.
to really penetrate
It's
you. This is an
psychological
entire
warfare.
Psychological
science.
warfare.
This
Yes.
music is an
Science.
entire science.
Come on, somebody.
Music can
Y'all better listen to this.
music can put you to sleep.
Yes.
Music can wake you up. It can make you angry. It can make
Yes.
you happy. It
Make
can
you
cause your
sad.
endorphins to get to go.
Yes.
Music is so
Yes.
powerful.
Yes. How many of y'all out there in the late 80s made love to Prince's I Adore You? Because it was the shit. It was the go-to song to get busy.
It works today.
It still work today. It still work today. How many of y'all got busy to the 12 Play album?
Oh my God.
Come on, somebody. I mean, 12 Play, done made a lot of, I think it made more babies than Luther.
It probably did.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's something in it that is so powerful that a lot of us really don't understand the power that really goes into that. We just making music without understanding what it is really doing to the consumer. They're just out there making the music, making the money, and they haven't really shown us what they're really doing outside of that. Because the bottom line is you're still, okay, that's like a crack dealer giving away turkeys on Christmas.
Right.
Giving the turkeys to the people that he's made crack.
That he done sold crack to.
I know you got skinny. Eat this turkey.
Thank you.
But this is the funny part. And by the way, my brother Ken Young watching on live
Right.
said you were singing the title song to Living Single earlier.
What?
I'm a 90s girl.
I'm a 90. Okay, to ask him who sang. I know it's a group that sang that
I think
song.
that was Queen Latifah.
No, it was. It was a group of girls. I'm gonna bring it up later on. I'm telling you.
different
I'm
song.
a
He talking about
90
the
girl.
original. He talking about the original.
Okay.
It was 3 girls that sang that song. I forget their name though, but they was. I think they was like a one-hit wonder though.
Okay.
Yeah, like that girl that sang "He's My Man." You may have had him once, but I have him on.
You
Yeah,
may have had him once, but I got him all the time.
Yeah. The 90s was the shit,
Yes,
though.
yes.
The 90s was the
That's the best
shit.
era.
Yes,
Period.
the best. I mean, so much came out of that era that brought us to a point of, man, distinction. Let me just say that. Distinction. You knew who this was. If it was a Babyface song, you knew it was Babyface.
As soon as you
Right.
heard them chords.
As soon as you heard them chords,
You
as
knew.
soon as you heard the vocal arrangements,
Same.
you knew it was John B. But Babyface did that.
Yeah, same with Teddy. The
Same with
drum
Teddy
beats,
Riley,
that New
yes.
Jack Swing sound. You know the
Exactly.
sound.
You knew it. Timberland.
Yeah.
You knew it was Timberland.
Rodney Jerkins.
Rodney
same thing.
Jerkins. You knew it was Rodney Jerkins' jam. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man.
And y'all look, music is no joke and nothing to be played with. It is an incredible weapon. You have to realize, y'all, that music was used in the motherland to let folks know that the enemy was coming.
That's how they let them know. They start chanting and dancing.
Start chanting and dancing. They started singing that stuff, what is depicted in the cotton fields, to really give each other messages that we're going to escape tonight. We're going to do this
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
But Master heard was, oh, we, oh, oh, you know what I'm
He about
saying?
to get chopped
But
up.
Master, Nat Turner is on his way, and Master is on his way out.
Right.
You feel me? And that's the power of music. Now, also, music has such a power and a value to it that people have stolen it from us. Let's talk about that power where it is seen to be such a value system that people have actually stolen it from us, and we have allowed it because they made a system of value for the music that you and I, Paris, was talking about earlier, where they didn't make us privy to, where you called it the blueprint. Let's talk about that blueprint.
Well, the example I gave was Boys II Men came out. They gave me my start, too, by the way.
Right.
When they came out with their Cooley High Harmony album, they blew up. Then
Yes,
they
they
did.
did.
Christmas Interpretations album. They blew up.
And
Then they
came
did
up
the
with
number
Boyz II
2
Men
album. It blew up even bigger.
Yeah.
Then they took a break because they've been on all these tours. When they took the break,
Who
the
came in?
powers that be slipped through the cracks like spilled Kool-Aid with these other boy bands.
And who were they?
NSYNC,
Mm-hmm.
Backstreet Boys,
Mm-hmm.
98 Degrees,
Mm.
and a couple more that didn't really make it that
And
far.
Boys to Men actually wrote for 98 Degrees.
And Color Me Bad.
Color Me Bad.
Well, they was there with Boys to Men,
Right.
along with Boys to Men.
Oh, okay.
They
Yeah.
was along with them. But yeah, it worked.
Right.
It worked because the blueprint was there from Boys to Men. It's like, it worked for these guys. Let's use these guys. And, you know, it wasn't an everyday thing to see 4 or maybe 5 white guys that could blow like that. Them guys was dope, though.
Right.
But they sold a crazy amount of
Crazy
records.
amount of records. Crazy amount of records. Hey, Alex, can you look up 5 heartbeats for the 5 Horsemen?
And I have my brother Oscar on here saying that Little Richard was stolen from tremendously, which is true.
Yes. And remember, as they depicted in the movie, he had to sing faster so nobody would steal it.
And, you know, they couldn't keep the groove.
And they couldn't keep the groove.
Couldn't keep that pocket.
They couldn't keep that pocket. They could
Keep
not
that
stay in that pocket.
Nah.
Mm. Come on, somebody.
I'm
Right.
not even gonna go to that part. But
Mm.
it's just and we're so generous as to let everybody into the little bit that we have.
Come on, somebody. And you know, but what does that say about us as a people? It doesn't say that we're passive. It just say that we are righteous. We are just that
Yeah.
righteous
We're
where we are
loving.
willing and loving.
Yes, we're loving and we're willing to accept you into our culture so long as we think your heart is right.
Right.
But sometimes we're not choosy enough.
Come on
And
now.
then we let things go too far.
Yeah.
And Ken said the group was Black Girl. Song title
There you go.
That's
Thank
what
you,
it was.
sir.
That was them,
I'm
yeah.
a black girl.
My brother
Yes.
Ken
Thank
Young
you,
came
Ken.
There
through.
was 3
I
of
knew it was 3
Yes.
girls.
They was sisters.
I'm a 90s girl in a 90s
He
world.
would know. He knows. He
Yes.
knows so much
Yes.
music too.
Alex, were you able to find 5 heartbeats, the 5 Horsemen?
What up? He's so
Yeah, that's a funny one right there. I was actually going to send you the link, but if you can find it, that'll be great. And what we have to remember is that Caucasians doing our music and having our sound is nothing new.
No, and it's okay in a way, but we shouldn't be surrendering everything. So this is my thing. We're at a point now where when you look at the pop charts and you look at you have more Caucasians singing soul music that's on the charts than you have people of color.
On
And I'm
our
include
charts.
all people of color in that, not just black folks.
Asiatic folks in general.
All of it.
Yes.
And then we're singing now, and you pay attention to it now. Our sound is watering down,
Yeah, because everybody
We're
feels like
going-
they gotta go down to get
and
in.
and even into the let's go into gospel music.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
You have gospel singers singing Christian rock now as worship music.
Yes. I've noticed that.
That was never our worship.
That was never
music.
ours.
And it's fine to combine the two
Right.
because whatever we do, we gonna kill it.
Come
and
on.
it's beautiful. The
And it
stuff that
is.
they're putting out, it is
It
beautiful.
is beautiful.
I listen to it. Big ups to all the gospel singers doing what you do.
Yes.
But it's just another example.
Right. And I don't believe they're doing it as outreach.
No.
It's a monetary thing. They're changing the sound so that they can appeal to a wider audience, not to bring the word to a wider audience, because the word is going to go forth and it will not return void.
Void. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to go forth. And what I like about just the graciousness in us as a people, but what I also have a problem with us as a graciousness of a people is that we're so loose in trying to integrate that we've lost the power of solidarity.
That's true.
Wow. That's the part right there. And like you said, it's a good and a bad thing because it shows the goodness of our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
When people try to paint us in such a negative light, it
Yes.
still shows how loving we are.
Yes, it does.
But at the same time, we're surrendering yet more of what we have, and it's not much now.
We're surrendering our very greatness.
And also, what I see a lot of, like, when you hear of like certain artists come out, they blow up, you love them.
Yes.
All these young people come out with these trends and these gimmicks. The next album that person puts out is gimmicky. and
It's
they wonder
garbage.
why people won't like it no more.
Exactly.
You
It's
got away from what made people fall in love with it.
thank you. It's not a sound that you can say that's going to last 30, 40 years.
It's a gimmick.
It's a gimmick because carbons fade.
That's right. That's why I say carbon copy.
Come on, somebody. That's why I say carbon copy. Carbons fade, but the original always stays intact and always looks good.
Yes.
Carbons, you see the smears. You know, you see the imperfections of the ink, and you know eventually it's going to fade away. And the music that has the most power is the music that a 51-year-old man like me can dig back and say tears. You know what I'm saying? Can say Force MDs. You know what I'm saying? Can say Jeffrey Osborne. Can say Peebo Bryson.
Yes.
Can say Shaka Khan. And we know that there's power behind those people's songs. Let's go back, even though I wasn't born, but Pops used to play the hell out of them. Smokey Robinson.
Oh yes.
Let's go back to people say, I'm the life of the party cause I tell a joke or two. Although I might be laughing loud and hearty, deep down inside I'm blue. But take a good look at my face. You'll see that my smile looks out of place.
Real
and if you
lyrics.
look closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my teeth.
Say that, my brother.
Real lyrics that other people can relate to.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
Yes, sir. And that's the thing. We've always had a message.
Yes.
And now our message is gone. Talking about drugs, getting money. They done turned our women into men. Even though they dress like
they're
strippers.
gonna throw you
but
out of here. They're gonna get you
they
for that
got,
one.
That's okay. They dress like strippers, but got a man's mindset.
Yes.
So they look beautiful, but they're
Yes.
acting like men.
Yes.
And I get the whole women's empowerment thing, but it seemed like in our music, they taking it to the extreme
Taking it
and
to the
putting all the
extreme.
marketing money behind what's degrading our
Degrading us.
dignity.
And confusing the roles.
And confusing the roles, and it's influencing our children.
Yes.
And
Influencing
I
the
don't
households.
mind
Yes,
you
sir.
getting your bag, how you do it, because some of these women that's acting like that in the industry, that's where they come from. That's what they know. That's what they're doing, and they getting their bag and doing better than they were. I'm not mad at you,
Yes.
but give me the choice as to whether I want my kids to see that.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. And I think we as a society, especially as a society of parents, Asiatic parents, we're not enforcing that standard anymore. And unfortunately, it's because of the dynamic of the Asiatic family now. You have more men missing from the unit. You have some women missing as well, because my cousin happens to be a single dad taking care of, you know.
Yeah, the system is designed.
The
for
system
man
is
to be
designed,
missing.
to be gone.
Oh, he didn't pay child support last week. Put him in
Uh-oh.
jail.
And you know what's so funny about that?
Come on now.
I've been married,
Mm-hmm.
and the sad thing is, it wasn't until I got divorced that I was able to buy my home, to pursue my dream, to do the things I wanted to do for myself. And this is not speaking down on anybody I was
Of course
with.
not. Of course not.
It's the way the system is set up.
It's the design.
They made it easier for me to buy a house as a single woman,
than a family
than
unit.
a family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just leave that there.
And here's a lot of times is that when we get married, we get wrapped up and lose our identities in this substandard system. You know, because many of us, even when we get married, what are the motives behind that, wanting to rush into that institution? Is it financial? Is it loneliness? Is it some sickness? What is it that's forcing you to go down that road without truly discovering who you're with? And then when the rocky times come, you say, why you change? Well, the reality is that they never changed. That's who they always
Who they
been.
were
You
from
just
the
didn't
beginning.
discover it.
Now, do you think that's because people not spending enough time in the beginning before they make these commitments, or is this just people changing?
Like music, they're not discovering enough about, how can I say, what they're interested
And
in.
then also, some people are just good pretenders. And
Yes.
they know how to say less and let you do more.
Mm-hmm.
And then later, sooner or later, the truth come out and it just hits you like, really? That's what you're doing?
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
getting away from you. People know how to pretend for a long time.
But here's the thing. DMX said it so perfectly. He said, expect somebody to be who they are. That's it.
And believe them.
And just believe them. Maya Angelou, when somebody shows you who they are,
Believe
believe them the first time. And that's what we need to do. We need to learn how to take our time with our children. And a lot of people, I said this in a young men's class at the YAP program when I was teaching them yesterday. I told them that oftentimes you have to learn how to discover your own parents.
That's true.
And I said, by show of hands, how many know how your mother and your father met? Only 2 out of 8 knew that, because now it says, how intimate have your parents allowed you to be with them?
Right.
To know.
To know
Yeah.
their history.
And that's an old school thing. Like our parents used to keep a lot from us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And now we're in a generation where some of it about it we like and some of it we don't at our age. But now everybody's transparent. They want you to tell them everything and be transparent. You should tell your kids this and show them your flaws and your imperfections and try to understand one another.
Right.
I'm battling with that.
Right.
I'm battling with showing my kids some stuff and still, I'm not your whole friend though.
For sure.
I'm
for sure.
supposed to guide you into how to be a responsible adult.
Exactly.
So where is the balance there?
The balance is, again, it's just like the record companies. The record companies have always been so untransparent with their artists, where when an artist gets to a certain age in the business, and when I say certain age, I mean even a pinnacle in the business, why are many of them ending up broke, but they done sold millions of albums?
Because they wasn't educated on how to keep their money by the people that was making the bulk of the money.
And guess why? It's because the parent, which is the record company, failed to disclose to them the proper things they needed to know to grow as a child in the business.
Most of the time they want to keep you stupid.
Of
the
course.
less you make, the more they make.
Of course. And that's why when you look at it and parallel that to a parent-child relationship, everything is done appropriately. You're not going to tell a 5-year-old something that a 10-year-old should be processing.
Right.
You're not going to tell a 10-year-old something an 18-year-old should be processing. So in the music business, when you have that child, that artist, your goal is to be teaching them to be able to be self-sustaining.
Right.
Because if you done made 100 million off of them and they only got $1 million, can they have some of that cake too?
Right.
Yeah.
Why you just give them a crumb? Why you ain't give them a whole slice?
Now you had them lick the icing.
Yeah, you just had them lick the bowl. It ain't even baked
You
yet.
had a bowl. It ain't even baked. You can't even get in the oven.
Right.
Man, come on, somebody.
So we have a question on my live saying, how do we
Yes.
turn this situation around?
How do we turn it
As far
around?
as our music.
It's already been turned around.
Okay.
It's already been turned around. And how? How do we know it's already been turned around? It's because there are billionaires in the business right now that look like us. What's going to push them over the edge is the courage to understand their superpower,
Right.
which is more than just money, which is their ability to make the decisions necessary to thrust their people into their rightful place in that business.
That's true.
Right.
Some people, it's hard for them to digest what steps to take to get
Right.
to that point, though.
Well, you listen to my show enough, damn it. I'll tell you the steps.
That going right. I know that's right.
Shit.
Education.
Education.
I'll
I'll tell you the steps. You already got, so many folks already have what the other man had already made up in their minds that we could never achieve.
That's right.
And
been
it's
done
there
already.
now.
It's been done.
It's been done. So if money was the power source, the next thrust of that power source, because what we have right now is an unloaded gun. And the bullets are still in their pocket.
Wow. That's a powerful statement right there.
Yes.
Load.
What I think we need to do, first of all, we need to work on coming together and
Yes.
talking about what we're going to project in our music in
Yes.
order to have a positive impact on our culture and our
Yes.
position in society.
Yes.
We don't use our music for that anymore.
We don't.
Our music is one of the most powerful. This is your title, the power in our music.
Yes.
We used to use our music for causes, and
Yes, we
some
did.
artists still do.
We are the world.
I don't want to group everybody into this because there's some amazing new school artists out there.
Of course.
I'm not gonna start
sure.
naming names because it's some wonderful music out
Absolutely is.
there. But the majority of it is not projecting what we need to project as a people to improve our situation.
I
Exactly.
think a lot of times that people be scared that, oh, if I do this, they ain't gonna support it. They ain't gonna like it.
Yes, they will. You'll be surprised what
It's
these
something out
millennials
there for
really want.
everybody.
I think we all want that sight of power in the Asiatic community where we are just running things. When Beyonce hits the stage, people understand the power within her performances. People understand the power in her presence. Jay-Z as well. Jay-Z came from, well, we know where Jay-Z came from.
Been there.
Okay? But he wised up by placing himself in the presence of people who can guide his decisions when he began to have more money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to do. He already has the blueprint in his back pocket. Somebody taught him. And I seen online where somebody said, if you had the choice of getting $500,000 from Jay-Z or sitting down and having a talk with him, which one would you take? I said the talk, because that talk is going to lead me to make more than $500,000.
Absolutely.
Yep. Especially if you
He's
can
gonna
have
give me
that
the
conversation
blueprint.
and he give you the blueprint.
If he gives me the blueprint.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the hard part, is getting the blueprint.
Come on, somebody.
You know, and then that's another thing. We don't look for enough knowledge. A lot of us.
Yes.
We don't educate ourselves enough. There's a lot of people in not investing anything.
Right.
They have no investments.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to build on what they have while they're sleeping.
Mm-hmm. That's
you know,
true.
because we're not
Passive
educated
income.
on it.
Yep.
Yeah, we just want to spend our money and put it in other people's pockets.
Put it in Europeans'
Do y'all
pockets.
know that black people have the largest
Ooh.
spending power?
Yeah,
Serious.
trillions.
If we said
We
yeah.
spend the most money. If we did the blackout one day that people were posting on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else, y'all don't spend nothing a day.
Yep.
If we all just did that, do you know we can shut this
Then
all
shut,
down?
Shut the system
Yeah.
down.
All of it.
And here's the
Period.
trip: is
But
that
we can't come together.
we see all of us always so willing to buy. We got natrel.com in the house.
What's up, brother?
Welcome, sir. They so jealous. Love you, man. All right. Hey, but let me tell y'all, one thing that we have to realize is that when we take our power back, it's going to be the factor of sharing. Sharing is Barack Obama has said it. We always happy about that. He did it because it was what had to happen. We had to share that power. People in power was upset about it. But here's the thing, that when we get a little bit of money, the first thing we do is we go buy the Caucasian stuff. Do you know when you buy that Louis bag, that our sister Yolanda Adams has a line of bags that is hotter than hot.
I heard about that too.
Hotter than hot. And you got people in the celebrity status who Louis ain't paying them shit, but they still posting it.
And they much rather buy that than support her.
But that's what we putting in the music.
That's what we putting in the music.
We're talking about Louis
ain't we?
in our music.
Ain't we? We talking about
We're not
Burke.
talking
Burke. What is that? Burke.
Dooney and Burke.
Yeah,
you know,
Birkin bag. All
that's
that.
old school. Like we don't. That's what I'm saying. But it's not 100% our fault, because it's a systemic thing that's been
Come on
done
now.
to divide
Yes,
us.
ma'am.
However,
Yes, ma'am.
we do have to take some responsibility
Yes, we
as
do.
individuals and say, I'm going to be part of this change.
Yes.
The way that I can.
Yes, we do.
And that's part of what we were, not to try to segue this, but it's appropriate. This is what we've been trying to do with Love Music. This is a
Yes.
black-owned residency
Mm-hmm.
that we are doing.
Yes.
And we cannot get, it's a lot of people that don't want to support it because we're so used to being exploited
And, come on
and
now.
not being paid our worth for our worth.
That's right.
So we don't want to say no to a little bit of money, and some people just need to eat. I'm not mad at that.
That's true. That's
so
true.
I'm not mad at you for
Mhm.
taking your gigs and doing what you got to do to eat.
Yep.
However, there's always got to be a group of people that come together and say, look, we need to do something to change this.
Yes.
So this show and this residency was about, it's about way more
Yes.
Bigger
than
than
just
the
doing
show.
something for
Come on
money.
now.
We're trying to change the way that artists and performers are treated
Come
in
on
this
now.
town.
Come on now.
They paying everybody else to sing our
Yes.
music and paying us pennies and
To
smoky
sing our
lounges
own music.
to sing our
To
own
sing our
stuff.
own music.
Yes.
And
So,
giving
we gotta put a
giving
stop
other
to that.
people big stages. What is that? World Resort just gave this cat who ain't got nothing but
Resort
Asia.
World?
Huh?
Resort World.
Yes.
Okay.
That Caucasian brother.
I seen
mean,
that.
he bad. He sing that song, Options.
I seen it on. I seen him up on the billboard.
Yeah, but why isn't it the people who produced him who sell more records than him and can bring in more revenue than him? Here's why: because they don't want us in there like that. They don't want us in there like that, and that's the thing. And I don't hold it against the Caucasian brother for that, but he has to recognize and have the courage to say, you know what? Look, when I do, I'm bringing them, or else I don't perform. I respect the Rat Pack leader, Frank
Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra. He said if he can't come through the front door, if Sammy can't roll with us in this hotel, we
Forces with them.
come on somebody.
And they didn't want to give him the credit he deserved because
Come
of
on.
the color of his skin.
Right.
Exactly. And Dean Martin pulled some bullshit too on stage. Dean Martin showed his colors on stage. Oh yeah.
Well, educate me. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, if you look at some of the old footage, Dean Martin, there was one performance where Sammy Davis Jr. jumped in Dean Martin's arms because they used to
Oh,
butt
yeah.
off jokes, and he said this is the NAACP award.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So he said a lot of slick shit.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I seen that old footage because I love the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
I love old music.
Who doesn't love the Rat
And
Pack? You
come
know?
on now,
And that's the times that they were in. Imagine
Yes.
how hard it was for Sammy getting
to
through all
swallow that. Yes.
You know,
That's
and that's
hilarious.
another thing. My grandfather was an actor in that age,
Right.
the golden era.
Yes, the golden era.
And as a black actor in Hollywood, it's so much he did that he did not get credit for, that you can't even look up with his name on it because he was being exploited as well, as brilliant as he was, writing for other people,
Yeah.
performing with people like
Wow.
Frank. I got pictures to prove it,
Hey, look.
and it's still going on. So when we go
Today, when we shall overcome
someday,
someday.
That's right. That's right.
we trying to make it now.
Yeah.
We can overcome now. Jay-Z, we need you, bro. Master P, we need you, bro.
Hey, Uncle Sam said Sammy coming back.
God. Your brother Malik Truth. Hey, check it out, right, y'all? We have been having such a good time that I kind of lost track of time. We still got some time on the clock, but I want to get into some of y'all music. We were talking about, bringing back that sound. And Alex, if you can, go ahead and cue up Steph's song, Already Over You.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to keep ya. Before I found out, I didn't understand how you could end up being so shady. Whatever it was about, I didn't need to know. I'm through faking like I'm still your lady. Stepping out on me ain't right. And you got secrets you can't hide. Do you think that I was born yesterday? Oh no. Turning your phone face down at night, finding reasons to pick fights. So just be on your way, 'cause I'm gonna be okay. Just know it's alright. I know you cheated. But I'm already over you. I'll be alright. I'm glad you're leaving. 'Cause I'm already over you. I'm already over you. Really? That's what we doing? You could lose my number, don't say my name. You've been tricking all the town and playing games. I was your woman and I was your friend, but you just kept telling me lies again and again. Stepping out on me ain't right, and you got secrets you can't hide. Do you think that I was
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is your brother Malik Truth, and you have just watched the incomparable Steph Payne and have just listened and seen the video for Already Over You. So, fellas, y'all better watch out what y'all doing. I'm telling you, you think she don't know, but she know. And when she find out, she ain't gonna let your ass know nothing. She just gonna be working on the other brother.
I say that's why my motorcycle ain't loud, so I can just pull up on you.
Pull up to the bumper, baby. Get the hell up on out my house.
He said,
Yeah.
Hello about my house.
So that's how we get down on Malik's Truth Show. We play for you the latest and the best music that is for listening pleasures, not something that's going to tear us down as a family unit, as an individual, but something that's going to bring us up, because that's very real. Men are out there just playing women left and right and thinking that it's the norm, and it's not the norm. You know, it is so abnormal to have a good woman or good man and to just use and abuse them. So take a page out of that song, take a verse out of that song. Our next artist is Paris Smith. And we have, as a matter of fact, I'm going to let him introduce that song. Go ahead,
Okay.
Paris.
This is a song off of the first solo album I did. It was recent, right before coming out here to Vegas. Album was entitled Take It There, but the song is called What About Me? I actually performed this song on 106 in Park and won the whole competition.
Come on, y'all.
And, so
And y'all remember 106 in Park. That was the
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, so I went ahead and recorded the song with my boy Sauce,
Okay.
produced Neo from group Something for the People.
Okay.
And here is What About Me?
What about me, y'all?
Produced by Paris.
All right.
I made mistakes, and I know that I've hurt you. And I will make amends today.
Are you want some water?
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you. Another chance for you. Thank you.
Have you heard back from the label yet?
I ain't heard from nobody yet.
Dang, I don't know why you're not signed yet.
I ask myself that same question every day. It's been a long time coming. On this road I've been running to get in this music game, just to hear the fans scream my name. But it's funny how it works though. They say it's all about who you know. You gotta feel me, that's my word. Cause what I'm saying needs to be heard. You see, I've worked with them all, bumped arms with the best. Seen good people get cheated when grimy people get blessed. What's wrong with this picture? Help me understand and clear this up. Who am I to say who to give this blessing to? And I don't mean to sit and complain to you, but I'm waiting here so patiently. Now what about me? You know I'm doing all I can to get where I'm going. Send a sign so I can see. Oh, what about me? Yeah. You know I'm waiting from the this, but I gotta tell the truth about this music biz. And I don't mean to point the finger though. I gotta tell the truth and let y'all know. Cause I work with them all, bump arms with the best. Seen good people get cheated when grimy people get blessed. What's wrong with this picture? Help me understand and clear this out. Who am I to say who to give the blessings to? And I don't mean to sit and complain to you, but I'm waiting here so patiently. Now what about me? You know I'm doing all I can to get where I'm going. Send a sign so I can see. Oh, what about me? You know I'm waiting oh so long to get where I'm going. Send a sign so I can see you didn't forget about me. I tried everything just to be heard. This music thing is what I love. Someone let me know you words. Help me understand and clear this out. Oh, what about me? You know I'm doing all I can to get where I'm going. Send a sign so I can see. Oh, what about me? You know I'm waiting oh so long to get where I'm going. Send a sign so I can see you didn't forget about me.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in. That was our brother Paris Smith and his jam, What About Me? And if you listen to that, and if you listen to the lyrics of that, this is a brother pouring his heart out, giving his queen all the props. But he's saying, what about me? I'm trying everything to make our lives better. So what are we going to do to make sure that I'm in a peaceful zone, I'm in a comfort zone? And that's the power of music, y'all. That's the power of music. What we heard was the type of music that is relative to a relationship that is suffering because one party is not looking deep enough into the person with whom they said they love. And that's what we're doing with this segment of Malik's Truth Radio Show, is we're helping you to understand the power of music. I got my Aunt Nancy on here. Thank you, Auntie, for your support always. Our brother, life coach Kurt. Gracie Love of Hot 97.5. Thank you always, sister, for tuning in and helping a brother get through his radio show by your comments and your viewing. Misty Pettiford, always for your support. Thank you so much. And y'all, we are almost out of time. And man, Steph and Paris, I had a fantastic time with y'all tonight.
Same here, brother.
Man,
do it
I wish
again.
we had some more time. We probably need to do a part 2 one day.
We
Let's do
definitely
it.
need
Because
to.
the power of music is more than just 1 hour worth of conversation.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, we could pass the plate around several times and get donations on this one.
There's just more music coming.
For real. And I thank y'all. I thank y'all for y'all commitment to the craft, your commitment to the gift that you've been given, and your commitment to one another and others that come into your presence so that they can do what we talked about. You can give them the blueprint of what you learned so it can make it easier for them in their journey.
That's right.
You guys have been tuned into the Malik's Truth Show. We had Steph Payne and Paris Smith with us. Have a good night. Thank you and God bless.
on subject.